Hello, everyone. Welcome to our training on how to enable wallet connection in your web app. Before we proceed, let's go through first to the steps that we'll be taking on how we can enable the wallet connection. So, first, we'll be setting up the project, installing the dependencies, getting your API keys and project IDs, creating the provider, wallet connection, testing, and the next steps for your project. So let's start setting up. Before we start, make sure you have Node.js installed in your machine. If not, then you can visit their website on nodejs.org and install the LTS version compatible to your machine. So yeah, once you're installed, let's start by setting up our project. Run the command npx create next app at latest. At latest means we will be installing the latest version of Next.js, and it will ask you a couple of questions before it starts setting up your project. So once the project is set up and installed, you can navigate your project directory by typing cd and the project name in your terminal, installing the dependencies. Um, so we will need to install a couple of dependencies in the project that will help us create the wallet connection. Included in these dependencies are the Connect Kit, WAGMI, VM, and the 10-stack React query. So WAGMI is just the React hooks library for Ethereum, and it is mostly going to be used for interacting with the connected wallet and the smart contracts. So ConnectKit is a React component library that will help us for the bootstrap our wallet connecting connection button. VM, TypeScript interface for Ethereum that will be performing the blockchain operations, and Tenstack PD, a state manager that will handle all the requests, caching, and many other more. So yeah, first we need to get your API keys. We will need a API key or more project ID for Wallet Connect. Go to their website and sign in or create an account if you don't have one. And once you're logged in, you can start creating a project. Once the project is created, go to the information section where you will see information of your project and the project ID. So copy that because we will need that. Uh, then we will also need a RPC URL, which we can get for also for free. So to get an RPC URL, go to Alchemy dashboard.alchemy.com, sign in or create a new account if you don't have one. Then you can proceed on creating a new app and follow their instructions. Once the app is created, you can see your API key at the top right of the dashboard. Copy that and save it in your app's environment variables. So once you have these API key and project ID uh, in your project, we can start working on our provider. So creating a provider. Um, now that we have the necessary API keys and project IDs, we can now create our provider. So a provider is basically just a way for us to pass data down to the component tree without passing it in every level of our component. Now, to create this, in your project's root directory, create a folder and name it as provider. And inside that, create a file named web3 provider.tsx. Copy the code in the screen and then we'll explain it once you're done. Um, since we're using Next.js that has server side rendering, we will need to put a use client at the top to indicate that this Web3 provider is a client component. So in the first few lines, we see that we're importing all the dependencies that we just installed at the start of our setting up of our project. And then we create a config. So this config is for our WAGMI provider. So inside that, we have these chains, which indicates the chains that we'll be working on. Mainnet means the Ethereum mainnet. So you can also add different chains here, including the Sepolia testnet if you want. Then transports is for the RPC URL that we and the ID the API key that we got from Alchemy. So in here we have the URL version 2, and then we import uh, the Alchemy API key that we got. And yeah, so it also indicates on which chains we're going to use that RPC URL. So you cannot mix and the RPC URL. If you're working on the mainnet, then you need to add the RPC URL for the mainnet. Wallet Connect project ID. So this is the Wallet Connect project ID that just we got, and app name, which is the application name, and some of the optional application info. So next is we create a query client and initialize it. So query client is from uh, Tanstack React Query. Then we create our component. So in that component, we return the component for WAGMI provider, which we pass the config that we just created, and the query client provider with the query client initialized here, and connect kit provider from connect kit SDK, and wrap the children around it. So wallet connection. In here, we have this wallet connection, same as the Web3 provider. We indicate that this is a use client, and we import the Web3 provider that we just created, and the connect kit button. And then we have this function, which is the main component, and the root component of our application. So everything will be wrapped around this component. Then we add the Web3 provider component that we created, and add a main tag. So it will be this main tag will be wrapped around the Web3 provider. So I just added here a class name to center all the items added inside the main tag, and that will be the connect kit button. So connect kit button is a component from connect kit that we can use. Testing. So once you're done adding the all the necessary code in there, you can go to your terminal and run type the command npm run dev. So this will compile and run your application in your local host at the port 3000. Go to the local host 3000, and you will see there the per application. So in the browser, uh, once you're in localhost 3000, you will see a button at the center, which when you click will open a modal and have some options on what wallet you will use to connect. So you can use all the wallets that you have in your browser extension. So in here, if you click MetaMask, it will open the MetaMask extension in your browser, and will ask you to if you want to connect your wallet in this application. So once connected, the button will change into uh, this kind of button with your wallet address. So you can also click this wallet address to sign out and disconnect your wallet from the application. So next step. So now that your web app can connect to the user's wallet, with that your app can now interact with the smart contracts. And here are the some few things that you can do with it. So you can fetch the current wallet connected in your application using the use account hook. So other than that, you can also fetch the current network that your wallet is connected on. Call a read function from this from a smart contract using the use read contract hook, and also you can call a write function using the use write contract hook. You can also connect to a different chain using use switch chain hook, but make sure that the chain that you're switching on is included in the configs that we just created in the Web3 provider. So yeah, I think that's it. Thank you everyone for listening, and I hope you learned something. Thank you and goodbye.